our home parish in Cardiff, we had on the amber inscribed Tolle Legge, the words that the confused Augustine heard in the garden, a child or an angel repeating in chant, take, read, and he turned to the Codex of the Apostle and found just before him, speaking to his heart, a verse that was inviting him not to spend his time in carousals and not to take thought for the flesh. As it happens, his best friend Alypius came up and carried on reading and found that the next verse applied to him, and they both went in the same direction, along with Adeodatus, who was about 19 at the time. He was the illegitimate son of St. Augustine, and the very name given by God, Adeodatus, indicates that there was something already there in his formation. Had he lived, he would have been probably a great man himself. The unnamed mistress is sent back to Africa, and eventually he is free to give himself entirely to the Lord. But we notice that he is always surrounded by close friends. And so three are baptized at the same time in the Easter Vigil by St. Ambrose, who was a great influence on him, in the Easter night of 387. After a while in Italy, he goes with his friends back to Tagaste, sells the family property, and puts together essentially an incipient monastery based on friendship and prayer and study. His friends are with him. One important factor in his life is going to be Posidius, who eventually will write his biography very close to his death. And when it comes to the monastic life that they embrace, they are influenced by what they have heard, but that was a point also of no return. When they discovered the life of St. Anthony of the Desert and noticed how people were abandoning great careers to enter the desert, they commented to each other how stupid they were when these others, with less formation than they had, conquering the kingdom of heaven, but they were frittering away their time. And so it became quite radical. He avoided travelling to places where there was no bishop, and that's how he was in Hippo one day to talk to somebody who was interested in joining their community. But when in church, Bishop Valerius, who was quite elderly, said in a sermon, "It is time to elect a holy priest," and they all got the message and they acclaimed Augustine. So he was eventually not only to be a priest but also a coadjutor bishop, and after a year he was sole bishop in Hippo. He only left to sort out troubles in the area, oftentimes through the problems coming from heresy. He did his best to sort out the problem of Donatism, but it was a huge split in the African church. He also had to face the Vandals as they came and sieged Hippo. He wrote The City of God, defending Christianity as an entity apart from political success. He wrote at length on grace, on the Trinity, and also on friendship, and his rule is based on the apostolic life as seen in the Acts of the Apostles. Essential, living the new commandment, one heart and one mind, and all in common. From being just a great orator, philosopher, he became one of the greatest theologians of all times. A whole library came from his pen and still very much studied. and many follow his rule, and my doctorate was based on it. Every word counts. They are gems. The gospel lived in its fullness and perfection, therefore, of charity in friendship, authenticity of heart. August and glorious, wonder unseen, yet heard through Christendom from age to age. Could I could have known what gems would mean, what strength of voice it left upon the page. O hidden face untraced by any man, we gaze upon thee through the memory of characters that hold what thinking can, course through the veins of copied history. O wielder of the pen that moved the world, O little hand that thought the thoughts of all, teach us to feel the moving of the world, to hear the echo of a sound so small. For thou didst write, and in the height of thought didst pause to cause a tremor that would stir the heart of after traveller here caught, where waves of moving meaning yet occur. And from the grave of long antiquity, thy silent hand yet steers our wayward limbs, and there is in the sound eternity.